People power, oye! Ra! Yeah. Hey, Zake. Yeah, Julius, actually I'm happy to introduce me, but I'm not the vice president. We don't have a cabinet. But in 2021, we must have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually very happy to be here, and I actually thank you for the welcome. You've welcomed us in a very, very good way. Thank you so much. You know, such love encourages us to actually fight on, encourages us to be more brave, so that even we continue to do things which even add a lot of vigor to the struggle. First and foremost, I want to let you know that I'm the People Power team leader for the youth wing, and I'm also a member of parliament for Michiana municipality. Ladies and gentlemen, people power, our power. I want to thank you for supporting and loving people power. Wow. Thank you so much. Good. Yeah, such love. I thank you for loving people power so much, for supporting our next president, His Excellency, the Honorable Chagulani Sentamu of Chadondo East. Thank you so much. And we know that the guy who's actually holding power right now is just an outgoing president of this country, and we are actually right here with the incoming president 2021 and the 10th president of Uganda. I cannot stand actually before you, and I do not thank you so much for the prayers you sent to us the time when we were brutalized, when we were tortured. I know as we are passing through all that kind of pain, as we are crying, I know you are with us. The people in Seattle, I know you really prayed for us. I want to urge you to continue praying for our country. I want to urge you to continue praying for our people in Uganda, because each and every day is a day to thank God for our lives. Especially to some of us who get to the front line, you do not know whether you'll even get back home, but you just find it that you have made it. So let us always pray for ourselves, even when you're this side. Please do not get scared of getting back home, because for us, we are right there. We do not fear them. We approach them. You get it? So that brevity.
Give us your phone number so when we get to Uganda we can call you.
You do not have to fear. The moment you fear, then the dictator will always step on us. But this is the time you have to step on your fear and know that the moment you do not have the fear, you should know that we are going to overcome. But the moment you be there that I'm fearing, we cannot make it. Don't think that some of us, we are not human beings. We are just like you. If Zake, I can do it, mean that you can also do it. That is very simple.
If Zake can did it, Everyone who can did it. Yes.
Yeah, so as I'm summarizing, I want to let you know, guys, that as people power, we are into this struggle and we are preparing for a vote. That is our plan number one. And I want to still urge you guys right here in Seattle that get time, go back home, get the national IDs, make sure that you are into the national register, that your name is there. You get time. When it is 2021, you make sure that you vote. Because the moment you vote, your vote will count. So that is very important, because as people power, we know you, the people, where we have the courage. Because we have the measures. And the measures, it is about us, the people, as people power. So when that is done, you must know that the struggle is all about all of us. You should know that when we have actually won, you should be able to tell a story that as we are struggling, I did A, B, C, D, so that even your grandchildren can be proud of you. Is that making sense? Yes. The moment you do not do that, then it will not be okay. So I'm summarizing as I'm letting you know. I'm summarizing as I'm letting you know that you should not get scared of a stolen vote. As people power, we know that we can deal with a stolen vote. So do not get scared. Do not be intimidated that we cannot do it. We must do it. So, guys, I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. People power.
Our power. Power. Honorable Zake Kaonawo. Ladies and gentlemen, as our sister Aremo comes on the floor, I am a Catholic by faith. The late Father Ngobia said, this is a message of prophecy. The late Father Ngobia said that Uganda only will be successful with the 10th president in power. That is a prophecy from Father Ngobia. How many of you believe in Father Ngobia? So, we have Father Ngobia's prophecy, and here we are with the 10th president. So, abasaba abakristu muna esale yo mujongere mu maaso. Sebo Julius agene mu maaso mogeza ddako.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next on the stage is a lady that is from all the way from Maryland.
Julius, before that, I have one lady who has bought a hat on Cash App.
Oh.
And she wants Ngule with the sun.
Okay.
Hey.
Woo! Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Olaba n'omutabani ayambala engule ate mmwe. Hey. Yes. Thank you so much, Fozzie. Up next is the leader of the diaspora coordinators. Her name is Arao Ameni. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause as she comes to the stage. Thank you.
How's everyone feeling tonight? How's everyone feeling tonight? Hello, my name is Arao Ameni. I'm the team leader of the diaspora. I work in Maryland and Washington, D.C., and I'm organizing the diaspora in Washington, D.C. with my deputy team leader, Karim Ntambi, who unfortunately couldn't be here, but he sends his regards. By profession, I am a professor of writing and literature and journalism, and I am proud to be part of the People Power movement. Thank you, Roy Semboga, for covering some of the points of the diaspora earlier in your speech. I'll go ahead and cover some of our successes. In the diaspora, we have succeeded in getting U.S. sanctions against Kaihura. And everyone in this room was instrumental in doing that. We worked with the diaspora in California, in Washington, D.C., in Texas, all over the United States, and also Canada. Our next success is that we were able to work with the U.S. Embassy to make sure that there are visa denials to human rights violators. We are sending a message to the Museveni regime that Ugandan lives matter. Our next success is that we have mobilized across social media to grow a strong people power movement. So clap for yourself. But we also have successes, but we also have tasks ahead of us. First of all, we're working on a campaign for the diaspora to vote at our embassies abroad. It's not fair that the Senegalese, the Tanzanians, all these other African countries can vote at their embassies, but when it's time for us to vote, we have to buy a $1,500 ticket or $2,000 ticket, go home, and then vote. That's not fair. Number two, we are raising awareness of the plight of diaspora workers, especially in Arab countries.
Yes.
Number three, we are encouraging all diaspora in your local constituency. I live in Maryland, for example. Make sure you know who your congressman and your congresswoman is. Make sure you go to your community board meetings. Many of us in this room are U.S. citizens as well as dual citizens like myself, okay? Make sure that you are actively participating in the local politics of your country, of your adopted country here. Because as we know, these politicians only listen to us when they know that we vote, right? So when we go to our local congressmen and congresswomen, they will listen to us because they know we're taxpayers and we vote. And we can tell them, this is what's happening in my homeland in Uganda. Do something, write a letter, write a tweet, do something. So please get involved in your local community. And the last thing that I want to say is that the majority of the diaspora are women. The majority, yes, you can say yes one more time. The majority of the diaspora, Uganda diaspora, are women. The majority of the population in Uganda are also women. And I am here to say, and this is why I support President Chagulanyi, yes, I call him President Chagulanyi, is he's putting women's issues at the forefront of the People Power movement. And with that said, I'm going to switch gears for a second. I have the pleasure of introducing the next speaker. He is the recipient of the 2019 International Humanitarian Award presented by the Rainbow Push Coalition, headed by Jesse Jackson. Most recently, he was named Time Magazine 100 Most Influential People in the World. Personally, what I adore about our president is not only his socially conscious music. What I adore about Mr. Chagulanyi is that he doesn't care what your name is, where you come from, what your politics are. He cares about all Ugandans. In addition to that, he is continually fighting for our human rights, and he's continually fighting for the dignity of all Ugandans, whether you're in Uganda or whether you're abroad. I call him my president, Mr. President, our next president of the Republic of Uganda. Please welcome Mr. Robert Chagulanyi.
Thank you. Wow. People power. Our power. People power. Our power. Please take your seats. Thank you. Thank you very much, my sister Arao. I feel so privileged to be introduced in such a way by a very respectable young professor. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Chakulani. That's my real name. Although many people call me BOBI Wine, I'm an artist. I come from Kamocha, down in the ghetto. The last time I was here, I'd come for a show, and it was my honeymoon. Because it's a very beautiful city, I came with my very beautiful wife to have a very beautiful time. And yes, Seattle is so beautiful that really you cannot be in Seattle for just a day, not even just a week. To enjoy Seattle to the fullest, you need at least a month. However, on a different note, this time I'm here not just to perform. I've always been coming to the diaspora to enjoy, to sing. I mean, you have a show, people dance, you have a drink, you enjoy, and then you also have an after party. But this time, I came in, I've come in late, I'm here just for a day. In fact, just for a night, and then moving on to another place. Although I came with my singing partner, we're not here for a show. The last time I came here, people, you guys were the ones who actually wanted to see me. And yes, people were paying to come and see me. This time I am desperate to talk to you, and I'm desperate to meet you. Why? Because it is not as usual, friends. I've said it in the past that for a very long time, I'm one of those young people that were mentally sterile, not caring how we are being governed. Well, you'll pardon me, I was a star, so comfortable in my illusional life, very protected and disconnected from the realities and the struggles of my fellow ghetto people, until reality knocked. We are here because home is burning. We are here because we are desperate. Some of you friends are lucky to be here. Although you don't like the weather, although you're homesick, but you're lucky because you're in a well-governed country. You're lucky because you cannot die of malaria. You're lucky because you cannot die while giving birth so easily. Some of us are stuck back home. We are stuck because even if a few of us can get visas, our brothers, our sisters, our aunties are there. And we are disturbed because we see the possibilities. We see countries around us have changed. And we are convinced that we can also contribute massively to the transformation of our country, to the freeing of our country. Guys, I'm an artist. I've never stopped being an artist. Anubian is an artist too. And I must tell you that we don't like this. I don't like what I'm doing. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy dressing like this. No, I don't. Nubian doesn't like coming and talking to you just with a vibe that we don't enjoy. We want to be talking to dancing people holding their drinks. But we are forced to communicate to you like this because we must open each other's eyes. And by doing so, we will open millions of eyes back home. That is why we are here. And like Comrade Roy said, We're not here because we're looking for positions or we're looking for celebrity statuses. You guys made us celebrities long time ago. We are here because we want to change home. Because we are growing old. And because we want to prepare a country comfortable enough for us to grow old in. Because our children are growing up and we're going to have to answer questions. That is why we're struggling. That is why we're here. My brother Roy has said it. My brother Nubian has spoken to you. All the comrades have spoken. And I'm very, very proud of these young men and women. I'm very well represented. Everything that I would have wanted to say, they have said it. Comrade Lewis has given you our core values. Nubian has broken it down in a common man's way, in a ghetto way. Roy has represented me, and so did Honorable Zake. So ultimately, friends, you know that our country is in modern day slavery. Initially, I was an artist and I thought talking about the issues on stage or in my music was not enough. And took a step to address these issues on the floor of Parliament, only to realize that the Parliament is only a talk show, a rubber stamp for the wishes of the dictator.
Yes.
And so are the courts of law. So what did we decide? You know, bad boys don't give up. What did we decide? We decided to stop treating the symptoms. We want to heal the disease. And what is the disease? Museveni is the disease. Museveni is the problem of Uganda. I know that even when I was coming, many people were warning me, oh, we have so many malls, oh, we have so many spies. I'm saying these things in Seattle here, and the same things I say in Uganda. So if you are here and you work for Museveni, I am very happy that you are here. Because we did not come to only preach to the converted.
They should be saved.
Everything that I'm saying, I want Museveni to hear first. And I know he's watching us live. Yes, he is.
He's on AITV.
Friends, my colleagues and I resolved that to solve Uganda's fundamental problem is to put an end to the dictatorship presided over by Museveni himself. How are we going to do it? We are not violent. While I was listening to our brother Mehdi, he brought so many memories to me, especially when he mentioned that he was with the late Kaira. I'm a grandson of Joseph Warakira and the son of J.W. Sentamu. Andrew Takome Kaira was my uncle. And so was Nyazi Drago. And so was John Majweka. They were all killed by Museveni men. But we don't hold grudges. We just want to have a future that has been blocked by Museveni himself. So ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying, my team and I resolve that we are going to use a democratic opportunity that is presented to us in 2021. So like I've said it in the past, I want to say it while looking in your eyes that I, Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, will be challenging Museveni in the 2021 elections. Let me say this again. I, Kyagulanyi Sentamu, on behalf of the People Power Movement, which we believe is representing the people of Uganda, will be taking on Muzeyi Museveni in 2021. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That shows a lot of support. But again, I don't want you to blindly support, ladies and gentlemen. I don't just want you to blindly support us. You should be asking this question: why are we doing this? Now that you didn't ask, I've asked it on your behalf, and I'll answer it again on our behalf. Why are we struggling? Why are we intending to put an end to the Museveni dictatorship? Just like my comrade Lewis has put it down eloquently. I've said it in many other places, and I want to re-say it, so that everybody gets to know that it's not just us wanting to be in power, but we want to change certain things. First and foremost, you all know we've never had a peaceful transition of power. You know that we've been enslaved for 57 years. But again, talking about the Museveni regime, which is almost 34 years, even if he promised us that he would rule for only 4 years and return power to civilian leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, Museveni recently told us that he's nobody's servant. Although our laws provide that any leader is supposed to be a servant leader. So we want to return servant leadership. We want to put an end to gun power and make the voice and aspirations of the people of Uganda reign supreme. We want to return the rule of law and respect to human rights. It is very, very important to us, ladies and gentlemen, because respect to the law is what has helped these countries like America and many countries in Europe to develop. Back home, Museveni is the law. Our constitution provides for freedom of expression, freedom of association, and all these other freedoms. But like Lewis said, we cannot converge back home.